Well, I have been wise to his nonsense from the beginning, but the liberal media has been kissing his ass for more than 2 years. Now that Fauci is on his goodbye tour, they're throwing roses at him like he's an opera singer. Watch.
Always pushing for science first in President Trump's White House, Fauci at times exasperated, his face in hand.
The doctor who guided the U.S. through the coronavirus pandemic and saved countless lives.
There has never been anyone else like him, and there never will be again.
He was sort of the face of the messaging as he was pushing strategically and diplomatically against a president who often was pushing in the wrong direction.
I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that there are millions of human beings alive today who would not be alive if not for the work that Dr. Fauci did, coordinated, and led.
Well, if killing beagles weren't bad enough, what would it take for the media to flip on Fauci now, Stephen?
Nothing. It's like you said, they've deified him enough to where I'm not surprised if every single one of these people I just heard in this clip have a Fauci candle sitting above their bathroom stall. They really just looked at him as a foil for Donald Trump, and that was pretty much it. And whatever reflexively position Trump has to take, then Fauci would take the other one, and they have to jump in his corner, and that's really it. And again, with congressional hearings, no matter what comes out of that, they're just going to spin it away from him, and they're just going to say, hey, whatever, and then we're all going to get to enjoy his citizen medal ceremony in Joe Biden's White House.
Oh, God. Alicia Menendez signed off the other night, Jessica, saying, in Fauci we trust. I can't summon up enough bile to barf all over myself. That's so disgusting.
Well, as someone who did begin the pandemic as a Cuomo-sexual, I think that's what this was all called. Yep. I have to say that there was what?
That didn't age well.
No, but not my finest crush.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has an appeal, but obviously, he did very bad things, and he shouldn't be governor anymore. Yeah, don't give that face, Kennedy. He's got appeal. Anyway, it's very hard at moments of mass fear, which is what was going on when the COVID pandemic hit, to not look to people in positions of power and people who are especially doctors and have been studying these kinds of things for decades, who have gotten us through previous crises like Ebola, for instance, and to say, yeah, what that guy's saying makes sense to me, that I should stay inside when this is going on, or that I should wear a mask so that I'm not inhaling germs off of other people, and that is how it spread. The problem with basically everybody, and even Jerome Adams, who was the Surgeon General under President Trump and now has reversed his stance as well on masking, is that they didn't update us in an honest way by saying the science is evolving on this and we will do our very best to move along with it. There were just positions that were stuck to for far too long, and it left people, and that includes someone like me who's, a Democrat through and through, to have to question things for myself, like eating outside, right, or wearing no mask outside. That's something that the science was pretty clear.
Yeah, it was also clear that kids weren't getting COVID,
right,
and they weren't transmitting it. And we had that science for a long time. And in Florida, they actually read the science and went, oh, no, we're going to let kids go back to school. We're going to let businesses open. And people went, oh, OK, you know what? I'm going to be safe and I'm going to open my business. I'm going to send my kid to school. And those kids are fine. And they have such a competitive advantage over kids in places like New York and California who were virtual shut-ins, especially, kids, lower income families, single mom, has to go work, has no choice, works at a grocery store, kids stuck at home, no laptops, no iPad. No Zoom in a room, no learning for them. Yeah, I guess that's worth it. They'll probably rebound. And I wish the media were as skeptical as normal people are now, Brad.
Yeah, I wish they were too, but they're going to be glowing and fawning over him. And my message is simple to the ladies and gays out there. Find you a man who will simp for you as hard as the mainstream media simps for Dr. Fauci, who will be loyal to you, who will crush on you. Doesn't matter if you lie to them, if you're not honest with them, if you make mistakes, they will stick with you through it in everything. And that's the mainstream media for Dr. Fauci. And I think to those of us looking for dedicated partners who will let us do whatever we want, maybe that's a good model, but it's not a great model when it comes to government officials wielding vast amounts of power over our entire country.
Yeah, or public health. It's really interesting how Rochelle Walensky, who lied through her teeth throughout the whole thing and worked with the teachers unions, she gets hung out to dry, and she's the one who's forced to be honest and go, yeah, we really screwed this whole thing up. Man, don't we suck? And Fauci said, I'm amazing. I'm the best one ever. It's a character assassination to not say that my pre-narcissism is perfectly wonderful. What a hack. All right, party panel.